Hey everyone, and welcome to the Clear Cut Classroom, where we take deep dives into all things diamonds, jewelry, and gemstones. Today we are back with Julia from Jewels with Jewels to talk all things sapphires. So last time we talked a little bit about what the best type of gemstone is for your engagement ring if you're not picking a diamond, and we decided it's definitely going to be sapphires and rubies because they're the hardest and can withstand the most wear and tear and come in a variety of colors. How do we know when it is a good sapphire or ruby? Like, I know there are treatments, there's heating. Can you walk us through that 101 education?
Yeah, let's do this. So I want to say around 99% of sapphires are heated. I'm going to explain a little bit more what that means. Sometimes when you say that to people who don't know what heat treatment means, it scares them off a little bit. Heat treatment comes in two different forms. The main form of heat treatment, which is what most blue sapphires go through, is just putting a sapphire in an oven. It's that simple. Heat treatment is really an art because just if you overcook your sapphire by 1 hour even, the sapphire can crack, something bad can happen to it, and then the sapphire is nada.
So basically you're taking natural gemstones and just heating them to bring the color out.
Yep, it's exactly Mother Nature's process, just a little bit quicker.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, yellow sapphires and pink sapphires are heat treated for a couple weeks, sometimes even a few days. Because their color from Mother Nature tends to be stronger. And the second form of heat treatment is a blowpipe heat treatment. It's essentially just the heater, or whatever you want to call the person performing the heat treatment lights a fire, and there is a long literal pipe that they blow through for hours and hours and hours to push the fire properly onto the stone. This one, blowpipe heat treatment, tends to normally only be with pink and yellow sapphires because they don't need that much heating.
What's interesting, and I think people don't know this, is we've heard a lot about lab-grown diamonds, but people don't know that there are natural colored stones and also lab-grown versions of those. So that heating and all of that, that's dealing with natural stones. It's not dealing with synthetic gemstones at all. Do you heat rubies as well, or just sapphires?
Rubies is the same exact thing.
Okay.
Most rubies are heated and the same exact process. Just stuck in an oven for however much time, and then it comes out the same way Mother Earth would have done to it in a couple of more million years is what humans can accomplish in a couple months. There are some other treatments of sapphires, but they're, I don't want to say rare, but they're kind of few and far between. One way is diffusion. Diffusion is when you coat a sapphire in a light layer of whatever color you're trying to achieve. They're always marketed as diffused sapphires, but the problem with diffused sapphires is sometimes even if you polish the stone, the true color of the sapphire can come out. So we don't really want diffused sapphires. And the second other form of treatment is beryllium treatment. And beryllium treated sapphires it's essentially a form of diffusion, so we're adding a coat of color to the sapphire, but this time it penetrates 70 to 80% of the sapphire. So let's say you're cutting down a 10 karat yellow sapphire into a 2 karat yellow sapphire, which I don't know why you would do that, but ideally the color would still be there. You're really filling the whole stone with the color. If it's not advertised as beryllium, which it usually, 99% of the time it would be, you can tell that it's beryllium treated just by looking at it.
So I think what's interesting is a lot of the times you can do a lot of the same things when shopping for a diamond and a gemstone. You know that if it's treated, the treatment should be called out, just like if a diamond is treated for color enhancement or clarity enhancement, it'll call out if it's diffused or beryllium treated. It'll be called out if it's a natural gemstone versus if it's synthetic or lab made. So these are all things to consider when also shopping for a gemstone, just like you would for a diamond.
Unheated stones are, in Europe, extremely, extremely desirable. In the American market is a little bit different. They're more okay with heated stones, but in Europe they only really accept unheated stones. Unheated stones, you can tell by looking at them because they're a little bit more milky, and they're not as brilliant. they're just a little, on the inside of an unheated stone, they're a little bit milkier, a little bit foggier, and you could tell by the eye that they're not heated. Usually, unless it's like a Sotheby's stone, then maybe you can't tell.
Similar to like how diamonds are certified, do we expect certificates for all sizes of gemstones, all types of sapphires? And if they are certified, what is the best lab for that?
Blue sapphires, we tend to certify them after around 2.5 to 3 carats. Yellow sapphires have to be a little bit bigger. Pink sapphires have to be a little bit bigger, and so on and so forth. But rubies, I think we certify them starting at like 1 carat. Rubies are usually certified. The lab that we certify with the most is Christian Dunegre. He's an amazing gemologist who has become very well respected in the United States and around the world.
Thank you so much. That was our crash course in sapphires and rubies. If you guys have any questions, please comment below and we can ask Julia for her advice. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Bye, guys.